Hi everyone, I'm Shah Rukh Khan and please do watch Bollywood Hungama with the one and only Faridoon.
I always tell people that there will be 5 films which I will show my kids after 20 years, and Fan will be one of those films. I'm very proud of this film. That's what Shah Rukh Khan has said in one of the interviews, and it's a huge honor and privilege to have Mr. Shah Rukh Khan here with us on Bollywood Hungama. So wonderful to have you back once again.
Thank you Faridoon.
And sir, why do you say that you'd like to show this film to your kids 20 years down the line? And you also said at your birthday that it's one of the most special films that you've ever done. It's the most special film that you've ever done.
No, you do. I mean, every film is special when you start working on it and you want to create something out of it. Every film is special for a reason, you know. Some maybe for the fact that you're trying to entertain a lot of people, some because it's just very niche, some because the technology used in it. I think this film kind of encapsulates lots of reasons. One of them is, of course, I'm doing a film like a Delhi boy. It's a double role. The technology used has never been done in the world, actually, hopefully. And apart from that, the storytelling of this film is in a very real zone. And you know, a lot of people do double roles. I've done them. But the idea was to make sure that at the end of the film, this film is not going to be worth it if you think the same person has played the double role.
Correct.
And there's a reason for it. It's not just doing it because we're being indulgent. There was a reason for it. So hopefully we have achieved it. And even if I hadn't achieved it, I would have liked my children to see it just for the effort that everybody's put in, whether it's Manish, whether it's Manu, whether it's Adi himself, whether it's all the people who have been on the sets with a lot of patience, lots and lots of patience, and lots of hard work, and still smiling through here.
Now, while you also said that this was one film that maybe it could not have been made because you guys were very just circumspect that there's a lot of effort that will go, especially in terms of VFX, and then finally you guys decided that you will go ahead with that. So how has been the journey for you? Because you're playing two guys, but the different part is it's not identical to you. It's a reflection of you somewhere.
Yeah, and we did a lot of tests. For 6 months we were doing tests for makeup because it's never been done, that kind of makeup also. So Greg Cannon had come, the guy he's done Benjamin Button, Mrs. Doubtfire. And we didn't know that, you know, when you do makeup, there's a special kind of lighting, there's a special kind of touch-up after that. And nobody has ever de-aged anyone. You know, with prosthetics, you can make them look like a vampire or a monster or make them old. But de-aging has never been done in the world. And a couple of times Greg has tried and failed. So he said, and he's supposed to be the best at this. So he said, you know, we never tried it, but let's give it a shot. And for 2 hours, you know, so I think we did one test. We shot for 7 days, a very expensive schedule, action, while I was shooting Happy New Year, actually. And then we were like really kicked because we couldn't see the results for 3 months. So we all waited 3 months, and then we went to see it, and it just didn't work. You know, it looked unreal, it looked plastic, it just didn't look complete, and we were very depressed, all of us. And then we kind of came down from my office in Red Chillies and we said, "Abhi kya kare?" So we said, "Yaar, chhod dete hain picture." Then we talked, Adi, me, Manish, and we said, "Yeah, let's just make it, and let's see if we can get it right." So the VFX guys, the makeup artists, they said, "Let's give it a shot. Let's try. Less might be more." So we did more, and then we shot the whole film, not knowing whether it'll be all right or not in terms of the face, because if that goes wrong, if that looks unreal, plastic, it'll just distract people. So yeah, it's been a difficult journey, and I think that's what makes it beautiful. You know, you make cinema. We've been in the business long enough to know, okay, A, B, C, D put together equals to X. And then, yeah, even that X may work or may not work. But when you don't know, you know, what A to put, what B to put, what C to put, and will it be X or not, I think that's very exciting for filmmakers of this caliber, whether it's Adi or Manish, myself, and the VFX team. So it's been a very exciting journey into a place you didn't know where the destination is. And so now it's done. And we are hoping that we've reached the destination, and it's very heartening to know that we went into it headlong. It's like theatre, that you go for it. It's like street theatre, and hope everything falls into place. You know, that doesn't happen anymore. So this has, and also it will open new gateways and areas for people to look at in terms of what is possible in terms of filmmaking in India.
Right. You started off the entire trend, many would say, and you were the first one to, in a way, take a lot of risks early in your career. You played the negative leads in Dar and Bazigar, Anjam, Ramjani. Many would say that it was like an anti-hero in a way. Now, when you're coming with Fan, it's difficult to decipher that who's a bigger villain somewhere, because even Aryan somewhere I think has certain shades of negative because he's a superstar, but the way he just reacts to his fans and fan obviously Gaurav, he definitely comes across as can be quite psychotic in its own way. Now when you look at a certain character like this, which has both the characters have shades of negative, do you find it fascinating?
Actually, both the shades are extremely positive. I'm sorry if it seems like that from the trailer. Both of them are very right. There's no question of wrong in the film. Yeah, the trailer, maybe also it stems from the fact that I've done negative roles. So everyone jumps to the conclusion, oh, he's doing a negative role and he's, again, psychotic. He's not psychotic at all. Gaurav is just a 24-year-old kid who's maybe does not know better. And he just loves. And he loves unconditionally. And the star is not wrong in his own space. He's like, there is a limit to what a star can give to a fan, and which is very right and which is very correct. And even a fan will understand that when you see the film. So the idea was actually to make sure that both of them are dignified enough. At the end of the film, none of them are wrong. There is no negative shade at all. But unfortunately, sometimes we think real shades in films seem negative because they're so real and close to life. So the film is made in a real space. I mean, honestly, if I was to show myself as a benevolent and a good star, I'll meet all the people and be nice. But sometimes you don't have time. The reality is that. I quietly go into a car with a hoodie and run away without saying hi to all the people who are waiting for me for hours. Which does not mean I'm a bad person. It just means there's paucity of time. And, real world is different from what we show in cinema. So the film is set in a real world. And, I've seen the film. So when you see the film, you realize, no, they're not bad people. They're just regular, normal people leading a normal life. And even the star, we have taken the normal aspect of his life, not the superstardom or the flamboyance outside. Right. Sometimes things just don't happen as you think they would. And this is what happens to two characters in a film. And the rest of the world kind of changes around that. So it's an interesting take, to set such an outstandingly imaginative story in the real world. So the world is and Manish is really good with the real world, middle class, values, thoughts, beliefs, and the way he shoots Delhi and all. So when you'll see it, there will be perhaps a huge change, or then both of them are negative otherwise. So,
many people within the industry, they have this perception that maybe you guys started the promotion slightly on a later side, because generally your promotions are like full on for all the movies. But what is universal as far as the industry is concerned, that almost everyone that we've interacted with, they're very positive about fans. Because what happens, like on the face, many people say many things, but you get to understand that how the buzz is about any film. So buzz, as far as fan is concerned, everyone is like, yaar, kuch isme kuch alag cheez lag rahi hai. And this is something that word of mouth pe, it's like, it's lambi race ka ghoda hone wali. Does it make you feel good? Because अगर थोड़ा सा एक expectations हल्की सी कम रख के अगर आप सामने आते हैं, and once the product does well, you've been in the business for the longest period of time, sir.
Sorry for it. I don't think about the business ever. I make a film, and I play the game as it is meant to be played. Yeah. So there's a marketing game, and there's a promotional game, and there are vistas and there are platforms that you're supposed to be on to talk about your film. And each film, and I say this in every interview, that each film has its own strategy of what you want people to know about it. And this is all we wanted fan to be known about. It's not a Dilwale that you go over the top and say, okay, we'll do this show and we'll dance, or Om Shanti. Every film has its own way of telling people the information, what the film is about. So fan, I think, just required people to know that they're two characters played by the same actor. The story is different. It's very unique. It's very differently done. And hopefully it'll entice you enough to invest your time in it. As far as buzz goes, I'm not very much in touch with the trade pundits or the people even in the industry. And I've never even indulged in that. I don't even read social media and find out, what is some company saying, iski opening ye hogi. Ye film hai. I mean, at the end of it all, to me, I'm never going to, I can either do business or I can be creative. Just because my business is good does not make me a businessman. I'm still the creative person. So for me, I don't know. The fact that you tell me people are thinking the buzz is good, I'm happy. But if you told me the buzz is bad, I'll still be happy. I made the film.
No, but I'm telling you that the buzz is positive because, and what I can honestly say is that from what we've heard, what I personally heard, it's like 100% positive so far, which is usually it doesn't happen like that, and everyone is like कुछ अलग है इस चीज़ के अंदर, which is something that people are just waiting for it because the song, there's only one song. You can't reveal too much in the dialogue promos either because you want the people to come and watch the film, and then that is something that really just propelling people.
Maybe also people should realize that you don't need to do so much for films. You know, depending on the film. I'm of belief whatever film requires, but maybe you just require to let the film breathe on its own. You know, and people will gauge it. You know, they'll figure it out if they want to see it. And the film doesn't have a song in it at all. Jabra Fan is just an outside video just to introduce Gaurav. The strategy was that because my face is so well known, we didn't want people to be distracted in the film and say, "अरे ये शाहरुख कैसा लग रहा है?" Whatever लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, बुरा लग रहा है, आप पहले से देख चुके हो 2.5-3 मिनट. And then you know, the song is a love anthem. You know, you can sing it to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and in different languages. But it was never meant to be in the film. There is no exterior force being used for you to like the story. You have to like it for the story or not like it for the story. So, or the technology that has been used. But having said that, you know, maybe we don't need to sometimes do so much for a film. जितना है उतना अच्छा है. और at the end of it all कुछ भी कर लो, जो फिल्म है वो फिल्म ही बोलती है. So as soon as आप आ जाएंगे देखने के लिए, देखने के बाद हो सकता है सबका बस 200 गुना बढ़ जाए या बस उससे 0 हो जाए, बट फिल्म तो यही है, वो नहीं बदलेगी. पब्लिसिटी से फिल्म नहीं बदलती क्योंकि फिल्म तो बन चुकी है. बिल्कुल. Sir, I've interacted with many of your fans from all across the world over a period of quite a few years. Ideally, I would have wanted to maybe share a few of those, a few of the stories that we've received from many of them. But I would just like to take out one story that I've received from this girl called Bahar Rashidi, and she's from Tehran, Iran. Now, why I'm taking this story is that Iran, as you understand, that as you know, that they come out with very interesting cinema of their own, very progressive and very different, in spite of the fact that whatever conditions are there. Now, this girl, she's an engineer, computer engineer. She's slightly critical of certain movies that you've done. So that makes her even more real, that why she's your fan. Why she's your fan is because of the person that you are. And she's just emailed me a story that she went to Vienna recently for applying in a university. And while she had a stopover at Kyiv, and the immigration officials saw her passport, and because of the name and everything, Muslim name, and she just recalled, she just wrote to me that she recalled that what Shah Rukh Khan had gone through, and somehow your experience and what you had said and the way dignified manner, that the way you had conducted in certain situations, she remembered that and she behaved in that manner. So what she was trying to say was that what I'm trying to say is that when more than your movie persona as a superstar performer when your fans, many of them, they follow you because of the person that you are, of what you say on social media or otherwise in your interviews. What is your reaction to that as a person when you are making a difference in someone's life far away from India? I see there are two parts to it. I've done this business for 25 years. I've been a public figure nearly for 25 years, and very openly so. But there is a part of me which is very personal. And I really don't share that with anyone because I don't think anybody is interested in knowing that personal part of me. There is an image of Shah Rukh Khan that comes through cinema.
Right.
I'm not that person either. I'm the employee of that image. I work for that image. And sometimes it's right, and she likes it. Sometimes it's not nice enough for her. I don't work for 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 or 10, 22 people. I work for hopefully everyone or nobody. I work for me. I say, okay, I'm going to put this out, and I hope lots of people like it. I can only hope, and I can only try. The dichotomy happens when people start assuming, yeah, of course, I'm a public figure, so you know me publicly also, and I'm very honest and upfront about this. They might start assuming I'm this kind of a person. It's sometimes good for an actor. Because the ownership and love and the way people admire me is like they own. हमारा बेटा है, हमारा भाई है, मेरा lover है. They go to that extent. Shah Rukh भाई है. So there is a ownership to my love. You know, when they hug me, nobody is bothered कि my husband or my boyfriend is looking. The girls will just hug me, and they know it's nice to hug Shah Rukh. It's all right. But there is like I said, this dichotomy. There is an issue that, you know, sometimes they feel ऐसा आदमी ऐसा रोल क्यों कर रहा है? Which is kind of odd because I'm an actor. I have to do everything, and I have to first do what I feel happy about. Only then I can make you happy. And some of them may not make you happy. And I understand that fully and appreciate it fully. The next one maybe will make you happy and make somebody else unhappy. So it's a balance that you have to maintain. And as a matter of fact, what it does to a star, at least to me, is that you actually just recluse yourself. And you say, listen, I just need to work hard. Everything else that will follow, I cannot control the image that I'm working for. These things will just happen. That's how they happened for 25 years. I have not had some management controlling it. I don't have someone telling me, "ये करते हैं तो यार लोग कहेंगे अच्छा आदमी है." I'm not a proper person. I'm not above board. I say what I feel like. I live my life off the cuff. I'm a very dignified man. I'm respectful to everybody. But you can't take away the fact that I'm a real person and I have a few things to say. I'm not going to stop from saying something because my image doesn't allow. For example, if I'm playing a good boy in all films, does not mean I'm only going to say good things. I do a lot of bad things too, compared to that image, not really. So you have to stick to it and hope that somewhere your performances will overcome even a personal like or dislike. कि यार मुझे शाहरुख अच्छा नहीं लगता, पर यार परफॉर्मेंस ठीक है. मुझे शाहरुख बहुत पसंद है, ऐसी रोल क्यों कर, अच्छा ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है. So you have to I think enclose yourself within your own world and just keep working harder to hope that the image turns out universally for everyone in a good way.
So we have a bit of a fan quiz. We'd just like to have your in fact, famous wit, if we can possibly have, that'll be wonderful. So how would you react in the following situations? If Amitabh Bachchan calls and tells you that you are his successor in true sense of the term.
I'll say, sir, आप बहुत joke करते हो, सालों से joke कर रहे हो हमारे साथ. Even if you tell me, I'll not take it seriously.
If Tom Hanks calls and tells you that your act in My Name is Khan was better than his act in Forrest Gump.
I'll agree.
If Zack Snyder calls and tells you that he loved the effort, VFX and vision behind Ravan.
I'm very proud of it. I'll tell him, if you love it so much, give your next film to us.
If Woody Allen calls and tells you that he loved the way you played Raj in DDLJ and would love to catch his show at Maratha Mandir.
I'll tell him, you show me some of yours, I'll show you mine.
If Dilip Kumar calls you and tells you that you are the best actor in the country at present.
Actually, very lovingly, he's told me that. So I trust him like a father. And I'm very touched by his gesture when he saw Devdas and he said, "Tum bahut achhe ho yaar, bahut achhe actor ho tum." So I appreciate that, and I would tell him that the inspiration behind not only me, a lot of other actors also is him, and we follow his foot, we follow his path.
If Aditya Chopra calls and tells you that he loves you like anything and that he's going to say this on camera and post the video online.
That'll break the internet first, but yeah, he will not say it on. But this I can give you guarantee. I can give you more guarantee of Aditya coming on social media and talking than anything else. He'll never do it. This is a lie.
3 things you think all your Jabra fans must follow.
I think you should be respectful to women. I say this every time. I think it's an important part. You should have a sense of humor and work hard.
With whom your connection is stronger than Wi-Fi and Bluetooth?
With my little son Abram.
A thing done by your fan you'll never forget, sir.
There are lots of them, yeah. It's lots of them. But I think all the German ladies who land up everywhere I go, it makes me feel at home. Thank you.
If given a chance to live a day of any of your fans' life, what will be the first thing you'll do?
I'm the fan.
Right. If you're living a fan's life.
I don't know. This is odd. If I was living Shah Rukh's life, I'll call him up. And if I was Shah Rukh's fan, I'll force him to spend the day with me somehow or the other. I don't know. Fan's life. I'll hope I come outside Shah Rukh's house and he doesn't make me wait so much and calls me inside.
So could you please tell us something about your forthcoming film? You're doing Imtiaz Ali's film. We spoke to him recently, and he said that
I finished Raees. I've got 4 days of Gauri Shinde, or 5 days of Gauri Shinde's work left. Not 5 days of work in a film. 5 days left. I've shot 15-20 days.
Too much of speculation that it's like a cameo. And
yeah, because I said I've got 4 days left, so they thought I've got 4 days of work in films. People don't listen.
So it's not a cameo.
No, it's a full-fledged role. Yeah, I finished lots of days. I have 4 days left, which I'll finish now.
Right.
And then we are trying to finalize Imtiaz and Anand between the three of us, because I don't want to work till July. I think my leg is hurt, so I need to take some. I have to get back into therapy. So after the film releases, I'll just do that for a month and a half and spend some time with the kids. And inshallah, one of them will start first, Anand or Imtiaz. We're all deciding because they're just doing the final touches of the script, and then casting has to be done.
And Imtiaz's film is having Anushka opposite you? That's what
Nothing has been confirmed yet. Right. Like I said, the casting is being done, and even actually first we'll do the technical cast. All the cameramen and all, some of the people we wanted are unavailable. So I think inshallah by next week the technical cast will be done, and then the creative talent will be put.
It's a tremendous buzz for Raees. The way just that one teaser has done the work, I think it's like amazing stuff. That the way people are just waiting for it. Is it a character that really just because you liked going back into that character, the way we've seen the on location pictures and
yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's very different. It's very earthy. I think the story has an amazing scape. Right. Then I have some very fine actors to work with: Nawazuddin, Mahira, Zishan. Rahul himself is a very interestingly different director and has lived with the story again for 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Harith and everyone. So it's written very well here. And so when I see it, it's quite a not just hard hitting. It's a film with a lot of heart actually. And I like this, having cool and I'm intense. And Mohanan sir keeps saying, "Sir, you're so sweet, but you look so scary and strong and all." So it's nice to play that. And yeah, inshallah, we finished the film now. I think once I release fans, and I'll sit on and go and watch it. I'm really looking forward to that film. And it has some really nice dialogue, some really nice scenes, and I think the story spans very beautifully. Very interesting.
Right. Thank you, Miss. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Faridoon. Bless you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.